and welcome to Show Me St. Louis. I'm Mary Kaltwriter. Thanks for tuning in, and those of you watching on 5+, thanks for joining us as well. We have a very special show for you all today, this September 11th, 2025, a show that remembers and never forgets. Today marks 24 years since the September 11th attacks, a day that forever changed our country, community, and the course of history. Today, people across the St. Louis region are honoring the lives lost and the heroes who stepped up in the face of tragedy. Even decades later, this country continues to come together.
Vernon Richard, ladder 7, rest in peace.
In Clayton, 200 people climbed 22 floors 5 times, symbolizing the 110 stories of the Twin Towers, honoring the 343 firefighters lost on 9/11. This marks the 14th year of the Clayton 9/11 Memorial Stair Climb. Participant Carl Perkins has been attending the event since 2018.
Those guys pushed as hard as they could in the worst conditions possible. And so if they can do it that way, I can do it in a nice air-conditioned hallway.
Just one example of how the country continues to come together and remember 9/11. So joining us live this Thursday morning, we have 93.7 The Bulls, Dusty. Dusty, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
Well, this show really is a testament to the community coming together.
Absolutely.
And on this day, so many events. I mean, even just looking at this event, that was a father and son duo too.
And I've seen that event happen year after year, and it's just so amazing. And I think too, looking back 24 years and how just America came together, and I think now more than ever, like, we really need to continue. We need to remember that too, and how we came together then, and kind of do that again today. I'm watching on the screen over here off to the side, and it tells everybody's saying where they were on September 11, 2001. And it's one of those things you just don't forget.
Right.
You know?
So where were you? Do you remember?
I was a senior in high school, and I walked into biology class, and the TV was in there on the cart, you know, when we had the big TVs, and we were like, what's going on? The first tower had been hit, and then we watched the second tower get hit, and we just sat there. It was so silent, and some friends of mine that were in the class, her sister was a flight attendant, and she was concerned that she was on one of those planes. And then just every class that we went to, we would just sit and watch all day.
Wow.
And it was one of those things, like, we didn't know how to react. We didn't know what to do, but we knew we needed to do something. We needed to come together. And to see how just the country did that over the following weeks, it was amazing.
Well, and I was telling you, I was on the younger side, and so there's not much I remember about the specific day, but what I think is interesting is it's such a testament to how people continue to use this day as reflection and a day of remembrance, that even for the people that you have those young children who are very aware of what happened. And I think that that is a sign that people have kept this, and they need to, because as you mentioned, it's a reminder we need all the time.
Well, and my oldest, she's 13, and she was talking about how they've already started watching some of the things, and they're reviewing it, and she's telling these stories almost like, you know, did you know this? And my wife and I are sitting like, yeah, we watched all of this happen. But I love the fact that it is talked about, that they are taught that in school, and the importance too of just coming together, what that meant, and how it really did, you know, change and reshape just America as a whole.
And over these 24 years, you know, watching how the world's changed. I mean, now we have these cell phones, and it's almost people are even more inward than ever before. And I think it's such a reminder, the importance of being outward, of knowing your neighbors, of talking to your neighbors, of loving your neighbors. And that's why I love events like this. I even love Show Me St. Louis. I think that's what is the point of the show, is to just like say, here's what your neighbors are doing, know them, it's so cool.
And share that. And there's so many different events that are happening for 9/11, but also many different things too, and just getting out in the community, being part of it, and just being together, I think is one of the most important things. Times are wild, times are crazy, but just being together, I think, is the most important thing.
Yeah, and being kind.
Being kind. It's funny you say that, because, like, you know, it takes more work to be mean than it does to be kind. You know, we might not all agree on things, but being kind, telling somebody they look great. I had somebody tell me the other day, like, hey, I like your shoes. Like, that made my day. It made my day. And so I will tell everybody,
I love that.
Your shoes look awesome, because it makes a difference.
It does make a difference. I had someone this morning say good morning to me. I was out walking there, say good morning, and I was like, no one ever says good morning
I
anymore.
said that to a guy walking in, and he looked at me like, he goes, oh, good morning, how are you today? And you could tell that nobody
Yeah.
said anything like that to him today.
Yeah.
And I hope that made his day.
Yeah, it does. It makes a difference. It's the little things.
Yes.
Do small things with great love. I didn't take that quote. It's a good one. You can listen to Dusty weekdays 2 to 7, Saturdays 3 to 7. Dusty, as always, thanks for being here today. And you can catch him tomorrow on the 5 Plus app as well with that extra Dusty.